Hello, my name is Sabriel Maston, and today is a video on how I prepare a dungeon. Actually, today we're going to fill a dungeon with stuff for my players to maybe find or completely ignore. This is the second video I'm recording, but the first one I'm putting up. After I recorded a previous video with a smorgasbord of topics, I think I'm going to slim it down and pick one topic at a time, one topic at a video. And maybe not. We'll see. I need feedback. I need feedback to see how this series is going to go. Anyway, today we're going to make a dungeon. And using some stuff I talked about in the previous video that you have not seen yet. And also, yeah, I already forgot my train of thought because the dog is begging to go outside. Let me pause this a second. Human, I really need that in that room. I'm gonna shut the door. I really need in. Okay. It's shut. I need out. Yeah, I figured. Okay, so today we're going to make the dungeon. Now, I talked about this a little bit before in the video that has not come out yet, but I have selected a region. The party is going to be going into this mountain fortress. It's more fortress. They're told it's a temple. It's not actually a temple, because the nearby town doesn't go here anymore. They have no reason to, plus the bridge is out that gets there. You'll see in a moment what I mean. And being that it's an ancient temple where of the goblins who used to be here like millennia ago, we're talking eons, where people here think it's a temple, but it's actually an amphitheater or something like that. A theater, amphitheater. But because no one goes here, no one knows, and because so few people in this region know anything about that ancient group of goblinoids, they just assume it's a temple. And so the party is going to go here, actually searching after a bad guy from the faction known as the Emerald Claw. And so let's just get into it. So what I'm doing when I need a dungeon is I want to get a theme, like what's going on here. And I also have a lot of material that I've already purchased that I've never used. And I think, like, what can I do? Do I have anything here that kind of represents what I'm going for already? And I do have one here. It's this awesome PDF called Trilemma Adventures. It's this huge PDF of vague outlines of adventures. So let's go to the very first one here. Trilemma Adventures is on DM's Guild or DriveThruRPG, one of those two. And it's got tons of adventures and kind of vague outlines for you to use in whatever campaign you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be 5e either. Let's scroll here, the first one. Kind of give a look at what this actually is here. This is the index. Okay, the very first adventure here. They call it the Stellarium of the Winterelf. Most settings probably don't have anything called Winterelf, but they might have snow elves or winter elves. That's basically what this is. And this one says, a millennium ago, the Winterelf constructed an observatory in the Starlands, steal secrets from the heavens. Maybe your setting doesn't have anything called the Starlands. Maybe that your elves could care less about the sky, but for whatever reason, a group of people built a Stellarium. And now, your party needs to go somewhere, maybe get something in here. And so this person has made a vague outline of an adventure here. Mountains, Rith, and Afnel. See, he has little descriptions about the areas and what you might find there. Let's see, so this area here, Mountain Rith and Mountain Afnel. Here's Mount Rith. Here's Mount Afnel. And it says this icy realm of the star people is covered with thick glaciers. So you gotta get an idea of your head as a DM, like, oh, I'm gonna have like a snow-themed adventure here. And now, little things talking about the stuff you see in the picture, the steaming valley. Here are a number of hot springs, which give it the name Steaming Valley. There's always a fog near here. Right away, as a DM, it tells me that this part of the map is going to be difficult for your players to see. That means they probably can't even see this entire outcropping here, this building here from down below. There's hardy vegetation, so it's thick to get through. They might need survival skills or nature skills to get through here easily, especially with fog and dense foliage. It's it's going to be a little difficult. Maybe it costs them time. We always need to figure out, like, when we're talking about players, we need to give them costs to doing their adventure. Otherwise, why not? Why not? We can just put them at the end of the adventure if there's no difficulty getting there. Also suggest maybe there is a large pack of wolves here. That could also be an adventure to use some of your players' resources, such as, just their health, magic spells, abilities, things like that. And this whole book is full of these awesome little adventures, and I haven't had a chance much to pull much out of here, even though I've had this for a few years. And so I'm thinking, like, okay, I have a mountain temple in my head. It was a temple at first, but I've changed it. And I'm like, what do I have? And I found this one very near the beginning. Like, okay, we have a gatehouse. Okay. And also, oh, look at this cool building. Cool building in a mountain. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it. Cool building in a mountain. It's not obviously a temple. It's got a bridge that's out. And there's multiple entrances into the temple here. The default story is there's some dog folk here, but I'm not going to use that at all. There's shifters, but there's otherwise no real dog folk in my setting, Eberron. And so, like, what can I do here? Okay, and then also there's some catacombs below, not cataclysms. This part doesn't seem as interesting to me, so maybe I can do something different with that. The map is just it's a maze, but it's not really difficult. Like, mazes are kind of suck for D&D anyway, so maybe I can do something with this, maybe not. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this to make a dungeon. And now the Emerald Claw is here doing something nefarious. I'm trying to avoid some spoilers. It's actually, some of it's talked about in the other video, which, hell, maybe even won't come out. I don't know. But they're doing nefarious things here. And the adventure has this kind of gatehouse or sentry tower. And I picture maybe they have some lookouts here. People who can communicate with those inside if they see something coming to try to stop stuff. And so the adventure describes these as basically completely stripped of anything. So, okay, cool. I can do that. And there's a tunnel that goes, if you go on this main floor here, it goes to the next area down on the next page. And so here I'm thinking, if there's 2 sentries here watching them out, that's going to be one thing for my party to figure out how they're going to get by. Maybe they'll just try to sneak up, which is going to be difficult because there's nothing blocking the sentry's view. Maybe they'll wait for a guard change. Maybe the party will send someone up with a flying cape. They have 2 people who have those, and knock those people out. Or maybe they have some way to get invisible. And that's for the party to decide, not for me. I'm just going to put 2 sentries there. Probably not too difficult. It's not what they're there for. These guys are here to warn people in the castle, or in the not temple, that there's people coming. Easy enough. I'll just put, low-level NPCs and low-level hit points. I might even make it like a 1 hit point thing, so the party just has to hit them to negate them. The challenge is more getting by without ringing the alarm and less about these guys. Cool. And then that tunnel right here leads to the next stage or area. And that tunnel leads right here, and they open it up, and there's this huge ravine with a bridge just knocked out. And now, and there's also this alternate cave entrance if the party notices it. They can't see it from the tunnel entrance, but if they look around, they might be able to find it. And so I'm thinking, okay, this Emerald Claw doesn't have a lot of magic usually. At least not that would let a whole group of people fly or build invisible bridges. So I think, how am my party going to get through here? Now, like I said, I have 2 people who have flying capes. Cool. They're very weak people. They probably could not carry the other 3 people in the party. We have a druid who can fly. That might help. But I'm thinking, pretending the party is not anything in here. How are these people who are all like soldiers going to get by here? And I reckon somewhere over here on the other side of the bridge are a few boards or 2x4s or planks or something that someone inside the building can put down and help their people get across. Simple. The party might have to go send someone over there to look, but hey, there's an option. The party might also just be able to jump. The long jump rules, I think, are if you have 10 feet of movement, you can jump your strength score in distance, and I think no one is less than 10. Something like that. So that's another option. They can just long jump over these, but then long jump, to me, that thinks, oh, that means it has a chance of failure. Like maybe on the other side, they have to roll a dexterity check to see if they land properly. And if they don't, they fall into the ravine, taking fall damage. And then down here, the adventure describes this whole area as having vampiric plants. I was looking yesterday, I could have sworn there was something like vampire plants, but I could not find them, like pre-made already. So I wouldn't have to do it. I could not think of if they existed. I could not find them. I looked for vampire, I looked for plants, looked for vampire plants, blood plant. I couldn't find it. So I might have to make a creature type in case they fall. And then the adventure here shows a drake. I'm not going to use a drake. They're not very prevalent in this part of the world in Eberron, so I'm not going to use that. Dorms. I'm sure maybe the Emerald Claw people are sleeping here in dorms. What I picture here, instead of this garden, an actual like amphitheater, I'm going to get rid of this chapel area and just use the amphitheater as like a place where, see, the ancient goblins were more into sharing knowledge and through like bards, and like historians think like the ancient Greeks and Romans used to have these forums and plays, because they didn't really believe in gods back then. Gods came after they were conquered or destroyed by the overlords, so thousands and thousands of years ago. And so I picture this as like an old theater. And in here I'm thinking, what would be cool? Ghosts that are still telling stories. Maybe the party can't understand them. Maybe they can just see the miming of it. But I think that'd be really cool for them to walk in on. And all this leads to somewhere in here, maybe up here in the chapel, maybe this is a broken floor. Maybe I will keep that as not as a chapel, because they need to get to the third floor. Like I said, I don't like this at all. You can see where it's supposed to go, but I don't like this. This is kind of boring. So I found another map that is beautiful from, what is it called? Oh my, also look at this. That definitely broke. I need to fix that. Oh, I closed the window, so we're going to go here real quick. I can't tell you the name because I can't think about the top of my head. I know it is under tools. Maps? No. Tools. Dyson's dodecahedron. No. Yes. Dyson's dodecahedron is amazing because they draw a lot of maps for free that people can use. They have patrons, you can have cooler maps and whatnot, but here's a bunch of maps you can use for free. And I found this really cool one. It was like the Grand Illusionist or something like that map. I'm like, this is perfect because it has that little cave entrance here that was on the other map. And it's just perfect. Okay, so we're going to use this map. We're going to fill this out. Down here in the broken part that I guess I can't use, maybe I have the original picture somewhere I can search for it. It's just a few little caves. And so somewhere down here, the bad guy is doing something nefarious, but we can worry about that in a bit. So let's go ahead and start filling out some of these things here. I'm going to pause this here and try to find the better copy of this map real quick. Okay, unpaused. Maybe I never paused it. Maybe just show myself doing all that and I can edit that out. But anyway, okay, I'm going to use this map. I'm trying to go through this quickly. I'm going to, I need to number this. And so let's number this real quick. I need a color that I can see on this background. Blue? This might be difficult. A purple? Well, let's bold that. Will red stand out? Red. Yeah, that'll be enough. Okay. So I want to label this for me. Let's get a smaller size. Let's try 50. Actually, it could even just be 1. Okay. Let's call this B1. I'm going to have this in a separate thing. We'll call that B1. B2. Remember, players are never going to see this. This is just for me. So let's zoom out. Or not. let's see, you can call this, let's call this whole thing B3. Oh, I failed that one. Let's try that again. This whole section here is going to be B3 with a bridge. B3. Scroll a bit. Maybe B3A? Bridge? B3A. Okay. Oh, I'm scrolling. Sorry, a little faster than I intended. Let's go B4. B5. B6. B7. Wait, how do I have... Wait, oh, oops. We need to try that again because I didn't have clicked. B7. B8. B9. I know it says the most exciting. Maybe I'll just fast forward. B10. And why can't I scroll? B11. B12. And lastly, the case will just be B13. Okay, cool. Easy peasy. We have all these numbers now. We can just import that into my document. I'll make sure this is small enough. Okay, I need it to be 4 megabytes. I'm gonna put it into my Notion thing. We'll delete the old one. Let's get a copy of the label this one, and a copy of the labeled one. The label this one, I'm going to be showing pictures with the party. And here. Cool. Okay. Awesome. We now have a bunch of stuff. Is there probably a better order I could have numbered those? Absolutely. Like maybe I should have made B1 the main one if I expect the party to go there first, but whatever. Okay, so close that. Now back to this thing. Remember I said maybe we'll keep the chapel here? What if that goes into this B13 that falls into here? Like there's a ladder or something. Cool. I have a story idea for all the, I'm pointing to the screen again like you can see, for all the cave sections. I'll talk about that a bit here. I talked about in the first video I recorded that may not see the light of day. But let's go into labeling some of these things here. I started some work already to, let's say they're not lazy, but they don't know much. They don't know much if they're captured. Oh, Nesher, the person thereafter, is trying to complete some ritual. And I'm going to put that in bullet points. Others have been doing a lot of digging. Okay, let's make that bullet digging. Okay, oh yeah, it's also winter here. And so if the party needs to chill somewhere, what they know. Let's make that not a bullet. And others have been doing some digging. Cool. There. Now in case they interrogate them, they can get some information here on what they're going to encounter. Cool. Okay. So we get through here, go through the tunnel. Now we get to this bridge area. Right, bridge. There's 2 gaps. They're 10 feet wide. Talked about that with the long jump. I kept the labels the same on here, even if it's not actually a temple. So cloister, 2 planks on the cloister side. One of my party members has 20 passive perception. So maybe he, I could just give them the answer that there's boards over there, or maybe he sees a piece of wood over here, but he doesn't know what it is yet. Passive perception, flit, PP, passive perception, can see the edge of some piles of wood on the other side behind a pillar. There. Okay. The ravine is 20 feet deep, so that means 2d6 fall damage. If you get 1d6 every 10 feet. 6 fall damage. Okay, to get over the bridge, we need if they try to long jump it, dexterity saving throw. 12 seems like a decent number. I don't mean this to be too hard, but 12 is decent. 8 and 10 being easy. Okay, DC 12, dex save or fall if long jumping. That's on each jump too. For each jump. Amp up the danger, amp up the drama. Okay, cool. Ravine floor. Okay. We need to invent a vampire flower, vampire plant. So when I picture like a vampire plant, is there such a real thing I can draw inspiration from? This is do this a lot. Vampire vine. Oh, vampire plant. Search real life things for inspiration. Vampire plant is real. Known as cockscomb. Little rattle. What do? They take from the rich and give to the poor. Interesting. Let's go to the Wikipedia. Is there a vampire vine as well? D&D actually. Oh, there's a picture. Maybe not D&D. Okay. Eorzea. That's right. Final Fantasy 14 has them. So maybe there are vines instead that grab out for people instead of plants, or we can combine them. Vampire pumpkins? Folklore. Oh, it's not a plant, it's a plant that basically absorbs from others. So what if we want this to be actually vampires, if they're named for that. So what if this vampire vine grabs at people, similar to a roper, but not as dangerous? I'm not going for something that's going to kill the party. And so, vampire vines, we want it to grab. So maybe it can grab like 10 feet. Vampire vines fill the ravine. It's also winter. They are not harmed or maybe slowed by winter. We might change this because we want it to be a danger even if it's winter. Alright, so what did they do? We need ideas here. They grab at food sources and try to eat them. Suck their blood. So maybe dexterity saving throw to avoid getting pulled into its mouth. That seems like an idea. They need a reach. They need to be able to grab. And so, they need reach. So what if we have it be 10-foot reach. DC. Should we do 12 again? Maybe a little more difficult if they fall. DC 14 dex save or get pulled into into a pod, or something like that. Something where it can just start trying to eat. I think kind of Venus flytrap, or into a mouth. I know it's not actually called a mouth, but where the creature tries to eat a target. Now, this probably isn't going to be too deadly for the party because they have a lot of hit points. These things are probably more used to like wildlife, like deer, squirrels, things like that. So probably not going to hurt too much. Maybe 1d6. 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 Piercing damage? How's that sound? Yeah. Each round. They're stuck. Cool. Yeah, that's not so bad. Oh, I need to turn off an alarm here. Okay. And they're just flooded with them down here. So if the party tries to walk this, so it needs some hit points. It needs some hit points. Susceptible. Let's just, help. Thank you. Spell check. To fire. That would mean vulnerable to fire. And they're weak. They're just plants. What if we just have AC 10? That's naked. And 10 hit points? 15? 15 hit points. Sounds good. 10 hit points. They're a little stronger than the creatures that they eat. Okay. That would mean 15. A little stronger than the creatures they eat. Cool. We got that. Let's go to the lake. We don't even need a lake. We can ignore that there's a lake. I don't need that. Cloister. Cloister is where... we do that. We'll still keep it. Remember I said we're going to keep the labels, even if that's not what it is anymore. Cloister. A pile of planks and boards here. Sit here for to be put over the holes in the ravine. At shift change, someone comes out from the building and sets out the boards for the guards. Cool. Okay, easy enough. We might need to go grab more of a picture. Well, let's just do the cave mouth real quick here. Put that underneath the ravine floor. Let's try to make this little boulder. Can I make that boulder? Oh, I know what I can do. There we go. I can use formatting to make that a little bit bigger. The cave mouth. This entrance goes to, and we labeled it B2. B2. The ravine floor also has water. We can get rid of this. This is just our ideas. A gentle stream of very cold water runs here. Do we want to, in case someone goes in there? In the off chance someone goes in there, let's make it a little bit cold. DC 10 con save or take 1d6 cold damage. Cool. Okay. Cave mouth, bridge, tunnel, blah blah blah, ravine floor. Got it. Okay. We need more map. So let's go back to this here and snipping tool. I can even draw on this. No Drake. Not a garden. Wait, I need that for labeling though. Even if it's not a garden, copy that and paste that into our document. Cool. Okay. Where to go? Thanks. Website. Oops. Okay, I didn't even have space here. We're gonna undo that pasting and put a bunch of hard returns in here. Remove that. Okay. Okay, so I think this would go around here first. So let's go. What if they aren't actually dorms, but they're being used as dorms? They're actually like old seats that look down into the theater. Okay, so G is the library. Not actually a library. Let's call it, what if this is a room where actors would go? Concessions? It's just an empty room now, so it can just be whatever. Empty room? We can come back to that. H. Dorms. Actually, they are upper seats. These old stairs are, or these old stone seats, bleachers, no, are being used as dorms and rest area for a few Emerald Claw agents. So maybe there's gonna be a few here. The party needs to be quiet. They're gonna sneak up here. What if... Oh, the library. There we go. Secret entrance to the amphitheater. Door on the bottom. See, there's no door on there, but there could be a door. I can just say there is one. Not secret. Door leads to the stage / theater. Wait, that's totally... I thought I knew how to pronounce that. Amphitheater. Oh. No, that's E-R, not R-E. Okay, Google. So maybe this used to be a place where the actors or bards or whatever could muster or get ready for the shows. And Google thinks I'm talking to her. Okay. But being it's millennia old, there's nothing here. Otherwise, nothing here anymore. It's an empty room. Maybe garbage pit? Maybe food room. Maybe a few supplies of food and a cooking fire that's out. Sounds interesting. Kind of neat. Shows this place has lived in. Okay. These agents are weak. More weak NPCs. We need some a little bit stronger. So let's find some NPCs that are maybe... My party is all level 8, 5 of them, so maybe they have... these people would be like challenge rating 2 or 3. I think too difficult. What is it? Monsters here. Monsters. Humanoid. Let's go challenge rating 2 to 3. Nothing too tough, but a few of them. A crow and hoplite. I love the Akorans from Theros. They are very useful as tough creatures. We'll keep them in mind. Emerith Coppervein. What are you? Looks like you are a dwarf. These are all humans. Oh, just an archer. Archer's good. Someone for the ranged targets to go after. Bandit captain. Oh, that one was a good one. Okay, let's just go with this. Okay. We can do... I don't want to put a hoplite because they have such strong armor class. And then this isn't, again, meant to be the toughest fight. So let's put 2 archers. Oops. 4 NPCs. 2x archer. 2x... No, it was 3x bandit captain. Then here's where I make a link to that. Did I even do it right? Nope. Let's try it again. Link. And link. Oops. Cool. So, what they know, in case the party tries to interrogate them again, as they often do. So, I have some documents, or a sheet that I use every week on things I need the party to try to figure out or find out in some way. And so, let's try and finds. Maybe they find a note here from one of the other bad guys. Maybe they find a bunch of these notes here. They're gonna find a note from Whisper, one of the other peoples who here, because the Emerald Claw have just found out that my party, the Fulcrum, is no longer an ally. Find a note from Whisper. Our diviners have determined the Fulcrum has turned their attention towards us. A shame, as I was quite fond of them. Despite Harv's close connection, the party has not found out that Harv is actually closely related to the Emerald Claw in ways that are yet to be revealed. Eliminate the Fulcrum on sight. Okay, we're gonna find that note. Anything else? Maybe, yes, they're gonna find out, let's see. What they know is that the Emerald Claw is planning to move towards Fort Zombie once the snow melts with the Codex Mortis in hand. The party has never heard of the Codex Mortis before. These guys don't know what it is either. These guys don't know what that is. But Bone Gnasher has been making them dig and dig to find it. Cool. So the story here is on the bottom level here. I'll get there. 37 minutes. Okay, recording. Cool. That's what they know. That's gonna be a note in here. Maybe we should find some gold too. This is where I also wrote some treasure the party is going to find. They can maybe find some gold here. And spell scroll of, what's Dust Devil again? I chose these earlier in the week. It's fun things. I love spell scrolls. Yeah, Dust Devil. Dust Devil's been helping them out. Oops, should not have. And so they can find a scroll of Dust Devil here. Cool. And maybe that 525 gold. 525. Galifar. Among bodies and personal chests and such. Cool. Okay. Garden, we're just renaming that to amphitheater. Garden. Amphitheater. Yes. Once the party enters this area, back up. What they know is Bone Gnasher is in the depths below. You can get there behind the amphitheater. Sure. I'm never gonna spell that right. There's area. Spirits of goblins appear in nearby seats and on the stage. They can't be heard, but clearly one is a small scene is being acted out with an orator describing the action. Let's make that you can see occasional laughter and applause in the audience. Nothing responds to the party. And lastly, the what was it called? The quote-unquote chapel G? J. Chapel is actually just a room with dugout floor. A ramp circles its way down below into a cavern. Cool. There we go. We got a good section of the top floor here. Maybe the party, maybe this will take up the entire night. I don't know, but I need a few extra rooms, so let's continue on. So let's make the assumption. I'm going to go totally backwards here. Okay, B1. We'll just go in order. B1. This is, by default, is a pretty large room. It's empty. Maybe there's nothing of note here anymore. B1. Something needs to be in here. Let's... Ghosts? Maybe a wild animal? There's a door. It won't be a wild animal. Maybe... Ooh, maybe an alchemy table? Alchemy table. Potion of... One of my players, she's a gnome. She loves the enlarge reduce. Maybe I'll put that in there. Bubbling potion equipment. So that means there should be an alchemist in here? Is there an alchemist if I search? Alchemist. Skeletal alchemist? Oh, yeah, they work with undead. That'd be cool. What challenge rating is this? Half. Okay. No problem. What if we put 3 in here? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Never had a clue, but we're going to do this now. Oh, wrong one. 3x skeletal alchemists are working in here. They cannot speak. They can't answer the questions for the party. Maybe 4? They only have 32 each. They can lob acid. Cool. Cool. Okay. These guys are fine. Awesome. We can keep them at... Oh, this is a cool picture. This is a really cool picture. I'll make sure to share that with the party too. Okay. In here, you can find potion of large reduce. 2x potions of healing. Is there, I like to put makeup potions too. Let's see magic real quick. Magic spells. Wow. Let's try that again. We were right there. Low level stuff. Like cantrips. Is there any kind of cool earthy cantrips? I can make a potion of Acid Splash, Chill Touch, Bonfire, Dancing Lights might be okay. Frostbite. Gust? Gust could be useful for digging. What's it do? Potion of Gust. Let me make... maybe a... Dust? Of dust? Dust of Gust? Gust dust! There we go. Okay. Handful of Gust dust. Just made up a magic item. There we go. That'd be used in digging. Handful of Gust dust. 1 use. Cool. Any other spells that would fit? Guidance, Green Flame, Mage Hand. Nah, they can't dig much. They can only do 10 pounds. Magic Stone. Mending. Mold Earth. Oh, duh. Potion of mold. Portion of dirt. You can see. You can reshape. Yeah, let's make 1 potion of mold earth. Or is it? It's an action. So maybe it's not a potion. It's a spell scroll of mold earth. Okay. I'm just making up stuff here, but it's useful. Spell scroll of mold earth. Cool. That's enough magic items for this area. Relatively easy fight, but some cool things. Loot. Okay, B2. Cave entrance. Nothing of note here, but it's freaking cold from the outside. Stream is, or river is gently flowing. What did I say before? In the ravine? Con 10 or 1d6 if you go into it. Okay. Con 10 or 1d6 if you go into it. Cool. Very cold water. B3, cave area. Maybe this is partially caved in and you have to squeeze through here. But if you squeeze, you might cause it. Maybe it's unstable and you might cause this little thing to collapse and then we get separated from the party. Okay, we'll do that. Totally made that up. No idea. B3, but it sounds interesting. Partially caved in area. Room for one person at a time to squeeze through. Looks very perilous. Maybe motes of earth shake. Bits of earth crumble around anyone squeezing through. Would there be a con check or just a percent check on my part? Maybe it just happens after one person squeezes through, or after two people squeeze through, it caves in, separating them. Dun dun dun. Cool. That was easy. B3A. The bridge. A. Actually, that's not so interesting. Just a bridge. Ancient stone bridge. Cool. Ancient stone bridge. Maybe. It can only handle the weight of a gnome. It's crumbling. Crumbling ancient stone bridge. Can only handle the weight of a gnome, which we have. They're the lightest person in this group, or it collapses. Knocking a person into the cold water. Con 10 or 1d6. Maybe it just happens. No, it doesn't. Or 1d6 cold damage. Cool. Each turn. Cool. Easy. Alright, B4. B4. Back over here. What would this room be? B4. I think B9 is where all the bad shit's gonna go. Maybe B5, this room here, doesn't even exist. I might just say this doesn't exist. Because otherwise that's just too easy for the party to get there. Yeah, so B4. Maybe it doesn't exist either. Maybe there's a secret door there. That's a secret door. Can feel a breeze. So B5 does not exist. Let's put that in there. B5 does not exist. Okay, B4. Secret door? Yeah, B2. B4 door is a secret door. Oh, geez, we have everybody who's high passive investigation, passive perception. So Miss Honey and Flit are high passive perception. Are going to notice something is off about this room, but they can't place what. Miss Honey and Flit sense something is off about the room, but they can't place what. Maybe so DC 22 perception to know. It's a really good one. It's old one perception. Maybe? I don't know. Why would it be so difficult? I don't know. It just is. It's a dungeon. To notice wall. We have a passive investigation of 20, so DC 20 investigation to notice. Let's see, secret door, not wall. If they take the time, they will notice it, or they can just continue on. Cool. Before empty room, maybe, oh, maybe they find, empty room, find the body of a dwarf explorer. Oh yeah, dwarf. Skeletal remains of a dwarf. That's not as old as this building. This is gonna be difficult. Medicine check. DC 16 reveals they died about 200 years ago. So they got in here, but died here. Maybe in the cold. Fragments of other armor remain on their person. They can find 15 Galifar and one of those spell scrolls. Spell scroll of rope trick. Cool. Awesome. All right. B5 we say doesn't exist, so B6. B6. What could this be? Maybe remnants of brown mold. Oh, that was from Curse of Strahd. No wonder I could never find it. I thought it was an actual creature. And so I was trying to dig for this. I could never find it. We're gonna call it brown mold in here. So I'm gonna say B6 is an ancient fountain, pool of water, fountain. A dried up pool of water in the center. Brown mold. There's the room. Let's see, so let's copy paste that. Feeds on warmth, so if there's anybody with torches, or body heat, it's going to, immune to fire. It's funny, it feeds on warmth and it's immune to, oh, that makes sense. Cool. Alright, brown mold circles the room. Paste. Cool. Almost done here, right? B6, B7. B7 is, we don't have a room for this, name for this. B7. Name? Okay, shelves. Line the room with ripped up papers. No, because I want to read them. I don't want them to have anything here. With gear? No. Maybe no shelves. What would be in this room here? Because B9 is going to be where all the stuff happens. We can come back to that. B8 is... B8. Hallway with statue. Why statue? Because that's what this little star means. It's a statue. It's on there. I may as well use it. Add some little character to this place. statue of a goblin? Hobgoblin? Bugbear holding a lyre. Playing a lyre. Playing a lyre. DC 20 history reveals this to. We need a bugbear name. Bugbear name. Oh, bugbear names with actual meanings. Okay. Sure. Who? Oh, Gratu was a good name. Oh, Nuvrak. Nuvrak? To shine. We're gonna call them Nuvrak. Reveal this to be a statue of Nuvrak. A famous, what was their name? Gander. Bard. There's a name for these bards. I'm drawing a blank. From the ancient, not Drakari, that's a Warcraft thing. Dekon, oh, ancient goblins. I'll get there. I'll fill that in later off camera. A donation of 20 Galifar gives, just for fun, if they try it. Oh, there is a plate. There is a empty stone bowl at its feet. Donation gives the donator 1d8, 1d6, 1d8 temporary hit points, and the Galifar disappears. Cool. Fun little thing. Made that up on the spot. Never heard of it. B9. We're gonna come back to that. But that's gonna be where things happen. B9. B10. I'm gonna say that doesn't exist either. B10 does not exist because it's too close to the entrance, and party could just beeline it there. So let's say B10 does not exist. B11. Dorms? There's more dorms. There's beds on the picture. Someone say there's people staying here. Bedding. Empty beds for Emerald Claw people. Find a diary of complaints. Filled with complaints. We spend any time investigating it, maybe 10 minutes or so. Find disdain for bone masher, making them work double shifts to dig. Bummed because they are helping people in small towns less. Yeah, because that was a little thing. I won't get into it here. And 40 Galifar. Cool. Maybe this is where we find that last thing. Spell Scroll Thunderwave. First level. Cool. Alright. B12. Storage. B12. Storage. Ale. Food. Food rations. What else would you find here? Digging supplies. As the area, oh, I didn't label it. Oh, B13, yeah. B13 is full of, this whole section here will be B13. Dugout area. B13. Dug out area. Emerald Claw, we'll just shorten that. Dug out this area. Trying to get to B7. Yeah. That's about it, really. Goes west and north. B10 does not exist. Okay. Back to B7. Doesn't need to have a purpose anymore. If they went the other way, there should be a monster here. There should be a monster here. What could be here? Or maybe more humanoids. Maybe a rock creature? An elemental. Angry elemental. Is upset that yeah, 2 earth elementals are here. That'd be tough. I don't want to be that tough. Earth elemental and some dust muffets. Here we go. Cool. Upset elementals. One X earth elemental. And how many muffets? Maybe every time he gets hit, a Mephit comes out. There'll be 2 to start, and every time he gets hit, a Mephit will come out. Might reduce its hit points in that case, but yeah. And 2x earth or dust Mephits, and every time he is physically hit, it kicks out another dust Mephit. So they're causing their own pain. Cool. I like to change a lot of monsters, because a lot of monsters are default boring. I mean, how could I can't really use this in okay, he can burrow through there, but siege monster, he takes double damage, deals double damage to things. Cool, but it's not gonna come up much, so I can just do some fun things with it. Cool. Dust Mephits blow up when they die. And they can breathe blinding to try to make it so people can't see. That sounds like a fun fight. Okay, cool. And lastly, B9. This is the room where it all happens. I was picturing this when I was going to bed last night, so pardon the typing here. The party enters this room. They see a number of dead body emerald claw agents dead or on the ground, with one moving still. What they know. They weakly point to... Oh, and there's a portal. There is a red-orange portal in the center of the room. Red-orange means dueler. Let's see if they remember that. And point to the portal and says Bone Gnasher went in there. And then the person dies. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, okay, there we go. We made a dungeon, we filled it out all in about an hour. All just based on what I saw on the map. And B2 is gonna have a vampire fight. Maybe not, we won't do that. Filled out a dungeon, found a dungeon that we liked in a book. We filled in some stuff, like what's gonna happen. We got some drama stuff happening. We filled in a cool little play. If they go see it, they have to go through there, or they can find a shortcut and go through B2 here, and maybe shortcut their way to the boss. And I think this will take up most of the time. If they end up actually getting to B9 and go through the portal, I'll have to wing it. have some ideas. I kind of talked about it in the video I haven't recorded already. But they're chasing after someone. That's the thing I need to put in here. They need to find out. Maybe the person who's dying. Put it in there. They're after Lady Zorgon. Zorgon? Yes, Zorgon. And then they die. Party has no idea who Lady Zorgon is. But they're gonna find this name now, and they're going to hear of the Codex Mortis, but they have no idea what that is. They're gonna find out very soon. So thank you very much for stopping by here, DM Prep. I please give feedback. I want ideas on how to use this series. This is more of a beta trial period. See what is interesting and whatnot. So thank you for your time, and take care. Not take out, take care.